What's my why? That's a great question. After years of working in both large and small CPA firms, I saw the same pattern over and over again. Successful folks, successful business owners were getting their tax returns filed and thinking that they were benefiting from tax strategy. But I'll tell you, sadly, they were not getting real tax strategy. Buy equipment and write it off is not really solid tax strategy. Sure, that makes sense if you wanted to buy the asset anyways, but what sense does it make to shelve out cash to buy a piece of equipment in order to get a deduction and then shelve it? Many times when taxpayers asked about tax saving opportunities, even partners of these firms would say, well, it makes sense that you pay more in taxes because you make more money. Now, is that right? That never sat right with me. I mean, we all know that billionaires, large corporations, companies like Amazon and Apple are not paying taxes at the same effective rates as many small or medium sized business owners. So the question for me became why? Why is it that these large corporations that use the same tax code can benefit differently? Right? How are they taking advantages of opportunities that technically exist under the same code and really ought to be available to everyone? And more importantly, how can I bring this level of strategic thinking to my clients? That is what led to my specialization in advanced tax strategy. That was my why. I am so humbled that I have this ability to help my clients in such a big way. I'm only one of a couple of hundred certified tax strategists in the nation, and I'm so humble and proud at the same time to say that I've been voted number one tax strategist in the whole country. Now, that's not something I take lightly. To me, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. Our clients are not just looking for a tax return. They're looking for answers. They're looking for strategy. They're looking for protection and a way to keep more of what they work so hard to earn. And that's what we are so proud to deliver to them. Most taxpayers, as you may know, treat their tax liability like a bill that simply has to be paid, but that's not true. When you're working throughout the year with the blueprint of your tax plan, you're able to discount that tax bill significantly in your favor. That's where real tax planning comes in. Not cookie cutter planning, not driven planning, but customized tax planning for your goals. At FinTax, we work with successful business owners throughout the year to create that history, not just record history. By the time the tax return is prepared, the return is simply reporting what we've already helped design, document, and implement throughout the year. That planning can include entity optimization, maximizing deductions, risk management, exit planning, rental strategies, looking at investment opportunities, various strategies that can not only reduce taxes but also help grow long term net worth. The goal is not just to lower a tax bill. Our goal is to redirect that dollars that would have gone to the IRS into strategies and assets and investments and opportunities that build your wealth. That is why I do what I do. And I'm so passionate to help my clients grow their net worth. Imagine what additional 50,000, 200,000, half a million, $1 million in extra cash can do for you. Take a moment to imagine that. That's my why. That's why I love what I do, to put that impact in the life of our hardworking clients. Because when tax planning is done right, clients are not just paying less in taxes, they're keeping more, growing more, and making more intentional financial decisions for their future. That's my why. That's why I do what I do.